At Enterprise Technology Services, right now we're working on a migration to a unified compute platform. Right now we have servers kind of all over the data center floor, and that's been our focus, has been migrating to that unified compute platform. And we plan on having that done about hopefully by the end of the year. We're also using flash storage and some of that, so we're leveraging that technology as well. We also just got a rebate check for $84,000 from the Oregon Department of Energy for migrating 241 virtual servers last year. And we reduced our kilowatt hours, and that's really what got us the rebate check, was the 2,039 kilowatt hours per server is what was saved. So average that out, and that saved us, I think it was $42,000 a year. So that was nice to get that. It really showed that we were able to make some great strides in moving that data and the servers into a virtual platform. So that was very positive for us. My team also just finished doing some major work with updating some of the scripting that we have for building servers. So we used to do a lot of manual efforts, and now we've updated and implemented some scripts that have reduced our server build time down from 5 days into 1. So we're able to get servers out the door within 1 day, which is a great improvement. Last year, it was taking us 5 days, and now it's just down to the 1. So that's been great as well.
So with regards to some of the other things that we're doing in the data center is we're focused on a roadmap for the mainframe environment, and we're looking at sysplexing the environment eventually. But right now, to get to that point, we've got to do some work to shore up our RACF databases, and so we're working with Vanguard, who's come in and help us create a plan so that we can then implement that plan to create a new RACF environment to move all the existing RACF environments that are basically 3 different ones that we have on 3 different production LPARs. And then some other things that are going on with regards to my team is we just upgraded to the latest Z13, IBM Z13 mainframe. We're also working on our storage. We've done some upgrades with our storage, and now we're looking at upgrading our CBU in Montana, which is where our DR site is.
So we're looking to align with newer technologies, and we are also looking at utilizing the cloud for an email platform, and also to utilize the cloud to really help us leverage the storage for data that is less frequently accessed. So those are the first 3 things that we're looking at right now. So we can never forget about cybersecurity. It's in everything we do, and we can't forget about it. And you couldn't anyway, because it's ever present in everything that we do. But one thing that we're looking at is how we implement our privileged access at the State Data Center, and really looking to change that and make it a little bit easier to implement.
Yeah, because privileged access goes cross-platform. We have to focus in on it on every environment. So we're doing efforts on all the different platforms to help shore that up. And we've got an actual team that focuses non-platform specific to make sure that we have all the pieces connected. So when an employee comes in and we hire them and we assign them the access to the different systems that they need, we want to make sure that we give them the right privileges to do their job, but no more privileges than they need. And then when the employee leaves, we want to make sure that we shore that up by removing all those privileges. So it's important that we tie all the systems together.
The OSCIO's office has a group called Strategic Technology Officers, and they go out and talk to the state agencies and really are collaborating with the state agencies and working with them to find innovative ways to provide solutions to them. So that is one of the things that we're doing. Another is that we have to stay current on technology, and that's bringing in vendors to work with. We do that by bringing in vendors to work with us and really leveraging some of the training that they have for the staff. I've committed to getting my staff training within the last year to keep them up to date and current in the technologies. I think it's really, really important. We're working with Microsoft right now to get up to date on the 2016 server build. So it's really important that we leverage our vendors' partnership.
So yeah, it's working with the vendor communities. I mean, we take it even further with when we're working with our agencies. When we're bringing in products or we're working with a new solution, we want to look at a holistic approach when we bring that solution in. So it's not only how are we going to get our staff training, but how are we going to get the agency staff training so that they can utilize this tool even better than maybe the current tool they're using or no tool. So we try to focus on the holistic approach.
So I think the biggest challenge for ETS as a whole is that we went through a major reorganization while implementing a major technology change in our server platform. So there was a lot of moving parts, a lot of changes. What we have done though is we've really simplified where we could. I think that the management team that we've got on board is easy to understand and really collaborates with the staff and really tries to involve them. Instead of having a reorg happen to them, we worked with them so that they really felt like, you know, we were doing this with them and not, like I said, to them. So that was one of the major things. And then we worked really close with our vendor again on changing that server platform, and hopefully it'll be a success by December. And it really is a collaborative effort.
Yeah, so I think, you know, some of the challenges we face are we have agencies that have lots of different priorities, and so it's not like we're going towards just one priority or dealing with one priority. So when we do an upgrade, it takes a holistic approach, and it takes a lot of focus in finding the right time frames to do those upgrades, which can sometimes impact those timelines. So we just have to work really closely with them and making sure they're understanding our needs and we understand their needs, and together we get things done. But those are still challenging as we go along, because we've been in the state of Oregon now for 10 years. We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary. We've gotten the process down and much better vetted, but we still from time to time see that we have delays because we're just dealing with it. And that's why we're trying to put some technology pieces in place, like in the mainframe, sysplexing the environment so that we don't have to have the IPLs, and running on the unified computing platform so that they can take things down in a virtual environment and not impact it like we used to, where we'd be taking a server down. So looking at those efficiencies that allow us to do those upgrades to keep us more current. But I think a lot of the challenges throughout all the groups are dealing with meeting the customer's needs and keeping the systems updated and upgraded.
We also replaced a lot of the network equipment out in the field offices. There's over 200 state offices throughout the state of Oregon, so that was a big effort in replacing that equipment. And we also replaced the field servers. And some of the agencies were even able to reduce their field server footprint by using data across the network. The network speeds were improved, so they were able to do that. So really it's really working collaboratively with the state agencies to find the right solution.